Hi, I'm Greg Craven. You may know me as the chart guy. You know, that global warming douchebag from The Most Terrifying Video You'll Ever See, the punishing How It All Ends video marathon, and the book What's the Worst That Could Happen? A Rational Response to the Climate Change Debate. But after banging my head against the global warming thing for so long, I've got a bit of a headache. So I'm going to move on to some other topics, and I wanted to give you a quick heads up about some of my potentially nutjob sounding opinions that I'll be sharing soon. Because you're going to end up hearing me say, in all sincerity, things like racial profiling is a good idea. I think taxes should actually be higher, not lower. I think we should be building nuclear power plants as fast as we can. I think we should have socialized medicine. And I think we should go ahead and build that wall along our border with Mexico. A collection of things that'll tick off pretty much both ends of the political spectrum. So you're going to need some context, or you'll just get ticked off and leave. And I want you to stick around for the discussion. Let me explain why. You see, I'm cursed with a brain that just won't turn off. It's like a freaking fire hose that can't be shut off, only pointed in different directions. It keeps me up at night and fills my every waking moment until my brain is swollen full like a boil so bloated with pus it needs to be lanced before it explodes. I need to lance my brain. So I'm going to do that here in a semi-regular video blog because selfishly, it's useful to me. See, that's because my thinking has led me to some surprising conclusions, many of which are uncomfortable to me and frankly, I'd rather not have. So I want to see if they hold any water, so I can get rid of them if they don't. And my whole experience with The Most Terrifying Video You'll Ever See has shown me that the best way to test an idea is, well, to pretty much throw down with the whole internet. It finds the holes I don't see and improves the quality of my opinions, even if it means changing them. So over the course of this new vlog, I'm going to share my thinking on different issues and ask you to poke holes in it. And I'm also asking you to forward the videos on to others and ask them to attack or defend them as well. Because the more brains on the problem, the better the quality of the result. And I think it'll be intriguing to you, because my oddball collection of conservative and liberal conclusions all stem from the same few starting principles. Plus, it'll just be good YouTube fun. The right will get to call me a socialist, a communist, an eco-nut, and maybe even a fascist. And the left will get to call me a misogynist, a bigot, a heartless jerk, and maybe even an eco-rapist. To help lighten up the heavy topics, and to keep me from taking myself too seriously, I'm going to wear a different silly hat for each of the topics that I explore in future postings. For example, here's some of the tentative and uncomfortable conclusions that my thinking has led me to. I think fighting global warming should be our nation's #1 priority, but you should actually stop fretting about your personal carbon footprint. I think Earth Day is actually a bad idea, and we should stop doing it. I think optimism is not only unworthy of respect, it should actually be shunned because it's dangerous. I think pessimism should be shunned because it's dangerous too. I think this old codger has the most important thing to say in all of human history, and we should all, every one of us, listen to it quick, or we'll be kicking ourselves for the rest of human history. I think if someone's actually doing some hollering about First Amendment rights, they probably don't understand the First Amendment. I think if someone's actually doing some hollering about Second Amendment rights, they should go back and read the whole amendment. I think pot should be legalized. I think the solution to serious sex offenders probably isn't registration or even prison. It's castration or execution? I think cap and trade is a horrible idea. It should be scrapped and replaced by Hanson's 100% dividend or fight. I think we're giving gay marriage way more attention than it deserves. I think the dual rise of the religious right and of anti-intellectualism is turning out to be the greatest threat this country has ever known. I think we shouldn't remove any of the dams in the Pacific Northwest. The salmon just aren't worth it. I think before any U.S. citizen can register to vote, they should be required to pass the same civics test that we require of naturalized aliens. I think we'll soon probably have a financial collapse that will make 2008 look like a cakewalk, because none of the mechanisms that caused it have been changed. In fact, they're actually bigger. I think both sides in the abortion debate have it terribly, tragically wrong. There. That wasn't so bad, was it? And don't worry about piling on to any of those opinions just yet. You can tell me which ones you want to hear first. Because each one has layers of nuance and a long chain of starting principles, thought experiments, and reasoning that led up to those conclusions. As H.L. Mencken wrote, for every complex problem there is a solution that is simple, neat, and wrong. We humans hate nuance, or maybe it's gray areas. It's not clear, so be patient. If you want to get a solid answer, you gotta first go through a whole lot of blah blah. But for now, this is Greg Craven, just trying to think things through.